and enhancing youth employment prospects by developing their skills and experiences. But there seems to be a basic challenge considering, facing the option of entrepreneurship and the young one taking it up quickly as a means of a livelihood or job access to job. Part of the challenges include the fact that they lack awareness of their entrepreneurship potentials. Secondly, the current educational and training programs are not impactful enough to challenge them to take up entrepreneurial attitude and skills. Again, lack of prior experiences in starting business also hinder them from venturing into one, as well as lack of skill training that meet the need of the market. Some of the industries or people that engage them find it difficult to see these young graduates useful because they don't possess the skill that are required in the market. So these are some basic challenges that are facing entrepreneurship. But be that as it may, in trying to establish the link between the three subject matter, it is necessary that we understand that economic growth of any nation is driven by fundamental forces of knowledge generation through research, rate of innovation, and entrepreneurial activities alongside other variables. Now, for research, it creates knowledge, insight, and impart excitement to the growth of the educational process, leading to the discovery of new facts. Research can as well be a hub of new products, jobs, and industries only when there is sustainable funding and also when there is concerted effort to encourage the transformation of research results into new products, which fuels industrialization, job creation, and economic development. Generally upgrading already existing one. And there are two major processes that which solve a problem in the society. That's how one area where innovation emerges. When there is a discovery during the process of applied research, and this discovery is further developed to become a manufactured product, and that manufactured product becomes a product for the market, which eventually helps in job creation. The alternative process for innovation generation is what we call the market pool. It occurs when a need arises in the market, which challenges research and development to be conducted, thus leading to the development of a new product that solves that need that was identified in the market. So you can see whether technology push or market pull, they are similar in job creation, only that they are different on what triggers them up. Innovation requires thinking, creativity, and the ability to identify opportunities for investment. Now, for entrepreneurship, it encompasses the willingness of an individual or group of individuals to take risk and capitalize on business opportunities in a dynamic market. A business entrepreneur possesses the ability to identify and transform innovations into viable business ventures by embracing risk. And in doing so, they add value and creativity to innovation with the pursuit. So to succeed as an entrepreneur, you must embody traits such as risk-taking, motivation, leadership, management skill, decision-making, and so on and so forth. Okay, I would want us to know that there is a synergy that exists between research, innovation, and entrepreneurship. And I just mentioned a few, and then we begin to talk about how this can be facilitated. One, modern industrial advancements are anchored upon scientific and industrial research, leading to generation of new ideas or improvement of existing technologies. Now, these ideas often turn into industrial products for commercial exploitation, thus creating jobs. And this is what usually happens in many of the advanced countries. Research and innovation are essentially simulators of economic development as they produce new ideas and turn them into produce for the market, thereby creating wealth and job. Entrepreneurship is seen as a very fertile environment for innovation creation and therefore acknowledging as a mechanism for economic growth. Now, for our country, Nigeria, there is this trend of economic growth. Whereas Nigeria's trend of economic growth do not strongly feature manufacturing and domestically developed industrial products coming from innovation. In the present, Nigeria is perceived to be predominantly consumer of already existing technologies, with little of it being very few scientific inventions. Thus, for the country to compete strongly in the present global economy, it must evidently develop capacity to modify these existing technologies while aiming to create her own. However, absence of domestic creation of new scientific knowledge and products is considered one of the key contributors to the current industrial underdevelopment in our country. So what then could be done to facilitate innovation, entrepreneurship for job creation before we begin to talk? One, that need to encourage research in all fields of science, engineering, and technology. Two, Nigeria needs to focus on nurturing collaborative research environment between universities, research centers, industry partners, so as to achieve profitable research outcomes that satisfy the needs of the society. Then, on the part of universities and research institutions, they need to play a prominent role to create an ecosystem for potential research, innovation, and enterprise activities for the purpose of systemic generation of new human-centered products that have both social and economic impact, including wealth and job creation. In several other fora, it has been recommended that there should be establishment of inter-university centers in specialized areas, innovation clusters, and incubators. There should also be provision of research grants, research fellowship, and research incentives. There should also be creation of research infrastructures, such as instrumentation, computational, and information services. And also there should be facilitation of collaboration and capacity building that will enhance the capacity of scientists, academics, and scholars in engaging in researches that will translate to innovation that will produce products for the market. Thus, engendering effective university research centers, industry interface for translating research and innovation into business enterprises is needful for commercializing research outcomes into innovation, into innovative industrial products. There is also a crucial need for creation of environment for industry-oriented research development of innovation and intellectual property rights, as well as technology business incubators for fostering promotion of invention, facilitation of technologies transfer, and entrepreneurship. It is also needful to create a vibrant ecosystem in university and research center, which will deliver the state-of-art facilities and provide unlimited access to physical space, digital resources, mentoring, consultancy, and training services, and so on and so forth. These, when provided, will enable a more effective utilization of facilities to incubate novel ideas, novel business ideas from the young prospective entrepreneurs that are streaming into the universities, who should be encouraged to grow their ideas into knowledge and innovation-based enterprises. Finally, Based on the foregoing, are we to posit that an ecosystem is highly needful to create necessary network linkages between the academia, the industry, research institution, the civil society, and even government? Such ecosystem will also ensure optimal use of human and infrastructural resources. A concerted and collective effort need to be made to access, share, coordinate, and develop cross-border resources, expertise, and knowledge pools among networking organizations to optimize the gain from strategic collaboration between research, innovation, and enterprises. Such efforts will create jobs in the economy and reduce the gap between technology development and technology deployment in Nigeria's economy. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm sure we can follow the trend. I'm sure most of us have, I hope we have put our questions and contributions down. No doubt, he has specifically mentioned that there should be collaboration in research and the need to commercialize our research efforts and output. No doubt, he also agreed that there's a need to get the food industry involved in some of our research. So to pave the way so that we can quickly get to our questions, contributions, and the other, it's my pleasure to call on Professor Joel Ndife, a fellow of the Institute, to also give us his insight into this topic. And as soon as he finishes, we'll then be able to ask questions and contributions.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Basically, what we're here for is to see or to suggest ways we can translate our ideas, our innovation into job creation. And entrepreneurship basically is creating job or businesses. That is what entrepreneurship is all about. You know, it worries me when I see some of our graduates and I ask them, I say, what are you doing? In fact, the first one answered, I am selling wig. I say wig, he say yes. The second person, different occasions. You are a graduate now, what are you doing? Say, I'm selling clothes. I say fashion design, say yes. In fact, out of 10 persons I interviewed, what they were doing as graduates, self-employed, only 2% said they were doing something related to food processing. And I think that is not acceptable. I'm sure you agree with me, don't you? It's not acceptable. Even from what our keynote presenter said, that is Mr. P2B, if you consider what is essential, you know things are difficult and we are trying to say do away with things that are not essential. But you can't do away without food. You can't do away with food. You can't do away with food. You must eat. In fact, that's why I'm very, very proud and happy to be a food technologist, because I am at the center of something that is essential. And we are, all of us. What this discussion is all about is how to suggest ways of creating jobs in our sector, which is the food sector. In fact, I took time to look at some of the job creating means. We can talk about academics, but honestly, when you talk about academics, it's only when you are into research that will lead to job creation. Every other thing you do, the industrialist will just say it with a wave of hand. He says it's just mere academic exercise that you are doing, a mere academic exercise. How does that relate to us? So, but we in the academics, we are supposed to champion, even the research institute, we are supposed to champion ideas and innovations. Another thing we can do in creating jobs is look at the value chain. Look at the agricultural value chain. In fact, every time I travel from the north to the south, and I see the grain silos, the big silos they used to store grain, I wonder, I say, is it only grain that we will be preserving? What about fruits and vegetables? What about roots and tubers? You know, we don't have such investment in those sectors apart from grains. There are value chains. And let me tell you, what they are doing is that they are preserving those things. In fact, one of the ways of creating job or helping yourself is to store some of these grains against the off-season. In fact, I did that, and I made some good money. Even though my pastor was saying, Joel, come, he called me and said, are you sure you are not hoarding these grains? It seems you are hoarding. I said, no, I'm not hoarding, I'm preserving. And you people must pay for my preservation. He said, now tell me what is the difference between hoarding and preservation. I say, it's okay. Okay, see me privately, I will tell you the difference. But the point I'm trying to make is that we have to be innovative in creating jobs. In fact, part of what I believe we should be doing is what I call import substitution. What do I mean by that? You know the current exchange rate, 1,000 plus in the parallel markets. And if you are privileged, you might get the official exchange rate at 700 and something naira per dollar. If you are in the industry and you are to import those things, don't you think you will do well substituting those your ingredients or inputs with the local alternatives? In fact, that is the thing we are beginning to do. Somebody consulted me in the poultry industry and said, look, we used to import colorants for our egg yolk. Why can't we give him a local substitute? And you know what came to my mind is the issue of Zobo, because Zobo is very red. And what he wants is very close to Zobo. I say, okay, we will look at it. So we must be talking about import substitution on one hand. And on the other hand,